Welcome back to the No Fun Channel. I'm Felix. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I actually remembered. I've been forgetting to do that. Trying to get in the habit of doing it. I don't know if it actually does anything. I know for long as I wasn't doing it, ouch. But maybe it does work because subscribership has gone up. I'm up to 83, which I'm shocked by. Something funny happened. I was watching YouTube and I started getting subscribers, not subscribers, but started getting videos for people with around the same amount of people I had, which I thought was interesting. Because at first I thought they had like 77,000 or 82,000, and I was like, oh no, it's just 82 subscribers. And I was like, oh, cool. And there was like even a podcast that was from the UK. It was two guys, and they had like 80 some subscribers. And it's just like, oh, that was interesting. And then all of a sudden, not getting those videos anymore. It's like, oh man, that was interesting. I like to see what they were doing. But originally when I started this, I started just because I've always said I wanted to do it. So I started doing it. And I've stated, if I don't become successful doing this, that's perfectly fine. Because the main reason for doing it was I just wanted to do those things I keep saying I'm going to do. And finally I'm doing it. There's still one thing I haven't done. That's the animation. I think it's because I'm trying to also get in shape, trying to lose weight. And it's like one of them will have to sacrifice. And I chose animation. I just can't do working out, making videos. And I know I could sacrifice the videos and stuff. Although, if I can get ahead on the videos, I could probably do the animation. So if I can get at least 2 podcasts filmed, maybe I could throw the animation in there. But, yeah, I'm still having fun. Because originally I was going to cut back on the podcast. But I'm still doing it weekly. I don't know. I guess just a resurgence. Maybe it's from the working out. I got some new energy. And, yes, I did flex my chest. What's funny is, as big as I am with the working out, I can still flex my chest, even though I got man boobs. But as for the videos and stuff, like I'm still finding my focus. Like right now, I'm doing Reddit stuff. I'll do the "Am I the A-hole?" and just some writing prompts. I'll listen to those and talk about them and what I think about them. And stuff like that. And then I have a completely separate channel where I'm doing reactions to different videos. Recently I did a reaction to a stand-up comedian, which I've done those in the past, no issues. Usually I gotta either put something over their face, like blur their face out, and that's it. But recently I got one where it wasn't the images that were copyrighted, it was the audio. The guy did it on the audio. And I was like, I think that's a first. It was just the audio. And I was like, I don't know how to fix that. Unless I put some kind of noise in there to let it go through or something. But that was interesting. So I just didn't. I just deleted it. And it's like, oh well. But yeah, I'm still enjoying doing this. I still have fun doing it. I started to do an animation. Actually, I started a lot of animations. I think what I need to do is just pick one of the animations I started and finish it. And then maybe once I finish it, I can get motivated to do more. So that's what I need to do, is pick one and go from there. I was looking around Sketchpad because I have all these ideas in my head, but I need to finish the ones I've already started. Now, a lot of the ones I started were just little, like GIFs, really. Like a walking GIF or just something, a GIF of some kind of movement. But I had one that was really animated. It wasn't like a full on action scene or anything like that. But I need to go back to that. And then I had another one that was kind of a story I was going to narrate. So those are the 2 I should focus on. I'm going to finish those 2. And hopefully maybe by the end of this year I'll have both of them done. And then I can get motivated to do more animation. I was supposed to be going to Millhole and I kind of stopped on it. So I need to get back into that. I do feel like I got more energy since I started working out. So maybe if I can keep the working out going It'll help me get more focused. But as for the working out, I did have an incident yesterday. Not a super bad incident, but last week I made 3 days full body workout, and I finally threw in my 6-minute workout or 6-minute walk on the treadmill, which was really easy. Monday did it, and the 6 minutes was not easy. Wednesday, I only got to do my full body and a couple squats before I realized I needed to leave. I really, 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 really needed to leave. And I finished up, left. I didn't get to do all my legs. I'll go tomorrow and just pick up where I left off. A lot of times what I would go, I'll go the next day. But now if I don't get to do my full workout, I'll just get to the next workout. I got to stop punishing myself. I started getting in the habit of punishing myself. And I'm big on not punishing yourself when you forget to not work out or do something. And I don't know why, but I just went into overdrive and started punishing myself. Like, what am I doing? Let me back off. So I did, and I'll just go Friday and get my full body in. But this time when I go Friday, I'm going to make sure I've gone to the bathroom. Well, that's the thing. Yesterday I did go to the bathroom a lot. And I almost didn't go to the gym because I wasn't feeling good. But like, no, because that's usually how it starts. I don't feel good. I don't go, and I keep missing. And so this time I'm going to go work out. I'll just do a lighter workout. I really didn't do a lighter workout. I did my full workout for the upper body. Then I started to, before I did the leg press, I thought, well, let me go do the scissor legs workout. I should have went there first and worked my way up to the leg press. But because I got a gut, doing leg press, my gut's pressing on my stomach, and it pushed. And I was like, if I let one rip, it's going to be messy. So I finished up, got out of there, made it home just in time. I was like, oh my goodness. But yeah, I'm back in there. I'm back in there working out. And so tomorrow I'll go full body work. The upside to tomorrow is it's Friday, and I don't have to worry about it, like being too late or anything like that. I can just work out. Another thing I think contributed to me having to go to the bathroom is I was kind of doing a liquid diet, and I think it was messing with my stomach. I'm gonna try to go back to eating, but not too much. Like we have a steak in there that needs to be cooked. It's already been seasoned. Like we bought a 3-pack, but I didn't realize how thick the steaks were, so cut them in half. So only fixed 2 of them. Like my wife and son split one, then I cut mine in half and ate mine yesterday and the rest of it today for lunch. And then, so tomorrow what I can do is fix that steak and cut it in half. Well, I might be able to eat the whole steak because I'm going to need the nutrients to go work out. I like to go work out on a full stomach, but also like to make sure I've gone to the bathroom already. So there is that. But yeah, I think I'm back in there. I think I'm back in there getting it done. And because I don't have to worry about the next day, I can just go work out and make sure I get my 6 minutes in. The best thing about the 6 minutes is now I can do 6 minutes at 2.3 now without getting winded, which is awesome. For the longest, I had trouble doing it. Now, I should also mention I'm doing incline 5. Always incline 5 is like my 0. So I can do it now without getting winded. And my goal is to stay on incline 5 and get up to 12 minutes. And then once I can do 12 minutes, I might increase the incline. I don't know if I'm going to double it, like go to 10 or maybe just go to 6 or 7. I might go 6 or 7. No, I'll probably go 7 just to see how that feels. If I can still do it, then I'm going to probably kick it up to 8 just to see. And it all depends on how I feel. Because it took me a long time just to get to 5, incline 5. I started off at 3, now I'm at incline 5. So I just got to keep going. But yeah, I still don't like working out anymore. When I was younger, I did, but now it's like another job. But I got to do it. I got to get this weight off. I've gotten a lot better with my diet. I just got to be mindful not to overeat. I don't need to eat, a lot in order to maintain. So I just got to keep that in mind. Another thing, like I said, the bathroom thing, I think I went overboard because I kind of was doing like a liquid breakfast, liquid lunch, and it just took its toll. Because we went to a Chinese buffet, and afterwards we went to Walmart. When we were at Walmart, my gut went into overdrive, and I had to abandon my family and make my way to the bathroom. And I was dripping sweat afterwards. It was like, oh my goodness. As soon as I got in there, I barely made it. And as soon as I got in there, it just flushed out. And I could feel like beads of sweat going down my face. It's like, good Lord. And that's basically what happened yesterday, too. As soon as I got home, it was like, I had beads of sweat all over me. But also, I think the gym had the heat on. And I don't think they've adjusted their heat in the gym. But, yeah. Whew. Another thing, I don't have a transition here. I don't have a smooth transition. I was just thinking about podcasts, and a lot of podcasts don't necessarily have like a theme. Some do, some don't. And I kind of wanted the theme because I'm doing it by myself, so I have something to talk about. But then again, whenever I do themes, I don't really have a lot to talk about. I'll get it all out in one podcast. And I thought about talking about relationships because I've been getting a lot of videos lately, relationship videos, and I don't know why, but I've been getting a lot of relationship videos. And one of the themes is that it's women divorcing their husbands, thinking the grass is greener on the other side, and then they're regretting their decision. The most recent one was a woman who divorced her husband and now is homeless. She lost everything. And then there's other ones where a woman divorced the husband. Even the kids won't talk to her. It's like they don't get why you got divorced. And now she's single. And there's the ones where the woman left the husband for the side person. And now they got nothing. Because they thought the side person would take care of them. The side person doesn't want them like that. The side person was happy with being a side person. And they went and messed that up. So it's like, what are you doing? No, I'm the side piece. No. So if you're going to leave your spouse for the side piece, you better make sure the side piece is on the same page. Because you'll wind up with nothing then. But yeah, lately it's been more women abandoning their husbands. And I was like, I don't get it. And I've been seeing a lot of the women talking about men pretend like they don't know they're being flirted with. In a lot of cases, men don't know if you're flirting. And it's not because they're oblivious to it. The reality is, it's not so much they're oblivious, not in this day and age. They're not oblivious to it. What it is that so many men have been falsely accused of stuff. And there are literal classes online how to falsely accuse people of stuff. And so the guys are a lot more cautious now. They're not going to assume you're flirting with them. They're going to just assume you're being nice and move on. Unless you outright say, hey, you want to go out or something like that, they're not making the first move. A lot of guys are opting to be single. And I don't blame them. If I ever got divorced, I would just be single. I probably wouldn't even try to hook up. It's just like, it's like, geez. Now, with that said, also, populations are dropping worldwide. And it's because this new generation is like, we're not having kids. I think the younger millennials and Gen Z are the ones who have decided no kids. And my kids, I've literally told them not to have kids unless you really want to. And I explained to them, it's a huge commitment to have kids. And unless you really want kids, don't have kids. Yeah, right now, don't plan on having kids. Don't ever look into having kids. Just, live your life. Go have fun with it. And there's still so many people who want their kids to have kids so they can be grandparents. That's a horrible reason to make your kids have kids. If your kids have kids, awesome. If they don't, awesome. Don't force them to do something just so you can be a grandparent. I hear that crap. I was like, what is wrong with you? But yeah, back to relationships. It's just, I've been seeing a lot of that where, the women are leaving their husbands, or the women are saying stuff about men. It's like, why aren't men trying anymore? Why aren't men doing this? It's like, well, men aren't trying anymore because they're worried about being accused of something. And it does seem like it's gotten worse instead of better. You think with the internet, it would have calmed down, because you can prove stuff. But no, and you still hear stories about uh, women bringing their kids or women bringing friends on dates and expecting the date to pay for everything. Like, nope. I don't know how, if this was a real thing, if there was a woman, because sometimes I hear the stories, I'm like, is that real? Because there's the one where the woman has 8 kids and she took her 8 kids on a date. There are people that oblivious and that stupid that they would take their kids, because there are women who take their kids on dates. I rarely ever hear of a man doing that. Usually if a man does it, it's because he's going on a date with his wife and they joke about bringing the kid along. And yeah, it's rare that I ever hear a man doing that. I hear it so frequently with women. Sometimes I wonder if some of these videos are just, they're clowning, they're trolling people. But yeah, the woman supposedly took her 8 kids on a date, and the guy's like, well, what are you doing? Why did you bring your kids? And he split. It's like, I would have split too. And I think her argument was, he knew I had kids. It's like, yeah, he knew you had kids. He didn't know you were going to bring them on a date. And because he's like, he asked me out knowing I had kids. It's like, what? And so many people are like, you got bigger problems than trying to get a date. You need to focus on just your kids. And people are even saying, you need to keep your legs closed to get 8 kids. And people are wondering, is 8 kids by the same man or 8 different men? Yeah. So, yeah. But I did want to talk about relations on my podcast. I might try to touch on that more. Because I said that before and I just kind of never did. But I think 2 topics I may always try to touch on is relationships and working out. Because there's so many so-called relationship experts. They've been around forever. Since man and woman have been around, they've been around. But now with the internet and all the social media platforms, there are experts everywhere. And I got a strange metallic taste just popped in my mouth. That was weird. Hope I'm not having a stroke. Damn. But yeah, there are like experts, dating experts everywhere. So I figured I'll give it a shot. And just talk about dating advice. And first thing, now I met my wife online, but it was before the boom of social media. We met on a dating site that doesn't even exist anymore. And so, and she didn't even have a picture up, but I still agreed to meet just to see, and it worked out. We're married now, 2 kids. Now, if you're going to do this, make sure you talk to the person, make sure they live nearby. Because I hear people traveling hours to go meet, flying to another state, country. Like, no, what are you doing? There are people around that you can find a date. You just have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone and date. And that's another thing with dating too. Like, you'll hear people say you're transphobic because you don't want to date a trans person. It's like, that's not how that works. And, then you'll have women who say, I want a man who's 6 foot and taller, and they're like 4'11". It's like, get out of here with that. But the thing is, we all have a preference in what we like and don't like, and there's nothing wrong with that. No, the truth is, if she wants to date a guy that's 6 foot and taller, that's her choice. If a guy wants to date a short girl, that's his choice. If a person wants to date someone who's heavy, who's skinny, whatever, that's their choice. I think the biggest problem I have is when other people get mad because that person doesn't want to date them. Like, I see it more with when the girl says they want a tall guy, they want this, they want that, they want a high value man. And also I'll see it when the guys will talk about, I don't want to date any fatties. And it's like, that's their choice. And both sides will get mad. Well, I can't control my height. I can't control my weight. Well, you can control your weight. Unless you got a medical condition, you can control your weight. But that aside, if someone doesn't want to date someone that doesn't meet their preference, why are you getting mad? Just go someplace else. I never understood that. If a girl turned me down because she didn't want to date me, I moved on. And that's the problem I see on both sides, is that they don't know how to move on. Just move on. It's over. Move on. The old saying, there's plenty of fish in the sea, is true. And it's even more true now we got the internet. Like I said, people are going overseas to date. And I'm not just talking about the passport bro. Women do it too. Women do it all the time. So, you get the passport bros and passport sisters. They both do it. They both go overseas. But for whatever reason, it seems like they want to clown the men for doing it, not the women. But yeah, both sides do it. Just, if that's their choice, that's their choice. It's just, if you go overseas, be careful. Hell, even in your own country, be careful. In the U.S., be careful, because you can get scammed anywhere. And a lot of times we'll say, oh, but if you go overseas, you're more likely to get murdered. You can get murdered here, too. The same likelihood happening over there can happen over here. And, some people say, oh, but it's less likely. Not really. It's not. Because there's so many scams and so much stuff going on. People getting hurt all the time. You just got to be careful. No matter whether you go overseas or not, you just got to be careful. Use your head. And that's where a lot of people get in trouble. They have zero common sense. And it seems like it's gotten worse. Like, younger millennials on to even Gen Alpha, who are just now being born, none of them seem to have common sense. Like, common sense just went out the window. It's like, what's common sense? We don't need that no more. And so you'll see people getting hurt, and it's like, because I'll see situations that, like, that's a situation that could have been avoided. And it's like, all the flags were there, all the stop signs were up saying, stop, turn back. But you just kept going, I'm just going to go for it. You literally have God putting up roadblocks to keep you from going for it, and you go for it. And that's also like when I watch those videos of people with cameras in their cars, and it used to be you could watch those videos and the person with the camera, 90% of the time they were in the right. But now it's 50-50. And because I watch videos and they start honking the horn like 5 cars away when they could have just slowed down. It's like, just slow down. And they refuse to slow down. It's like, there's a brake. Use it. And there's one where a guy just rammed a car. Like, the car turned. There was no arrow and the car went for it. So the insurance on both sides ruled both parties were at fault. And they were. Even though the car turned, and it really shouldn't have turned, the other car had plenty of time to slow down. And it just chose not to. And he got mad. It's like, you had 4 car lengths to slow down. You chose not to. So, yeah, you're at fault as well. So it was ruled a 50-50. So basically, each person had to pay for their own damage. Yeah, if there is plenty of time for you to stop, most insurance companies are going to be like, you're SOL. We're not paying for that. And the cameras are awesome because I see a lot more of those where the people just don't want to slow down and use the brakes. And I watched one where the woman, the girlfriend in the car, screamed at the boyfriend, what are you doing? Just hit the brakes. Just slow down. He's like, oh, you should have. I was like, she was mad. You could hear her. She was livid. She was like, just slow down. And finally he slowed down. He's like, fine, whatever. It's like, that guy is an a-hole. I guarantee he's an a-hole all the time. So really the cameras are exposing people for being a-holes. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, people who get in these relationships and have red flags everywhere and they just ignore them. It's like, now there people say, oh, no, they were blinded by love. Like, if you're that blinded by love that you miss all the red flags, there's not much anyone can do for you. You're going to wind up in a situation that's probably going to wind up deadly. Because there's so many times where I hear the like a Reddit story I heard where the girl was like, none of my friends like my boyfriend. And then after they broke up, she realized, oh, they were all right. So it's like, you were so desperate to be in love that you just ignored all the red flags. It's like, that's on you. Because you know what they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink. But in some cases, you may have to make the horse drink. Because I did see one where the people pretty much interfered and got the person out of the relationship. It was like, yeah, no, we're getting you out of this relationship. And they exposed everything. And at first, person was mad, but then later, was like, oh, thank you. But But yeah, relationships, trying to work up the courage to ask someone out or do dating apps. It's not easy. Whether you're doing apps or in person, it's not easy. And the Red Pill Society does not help. God, the Red Pill Society. Screw the Red Pill Society. But yeah, it's just... So, there's my relationship stuff. I might touch on some more in the next one. And as for working out, I need to find some chest exercise. I need to get rid of my man boobs. I want to do more chest exercises. I want to do some forearm exercises. I'm trying to build up my forearms, get them a little bigger. Working out. I wish there really was a magic pill you just take and get your ideal body. But there isn't. But, yeah. But in the news, just a quick thing on politics. I saw this thing about Joe Rogan. I saw Joe Rogan's name was going to keep scrolling, but then I read the headline. And I only read the headline, but he's talking about he's not political, and I just started laughing. It's like, dude, you are so political, it's not even funny. Like, when I hear people who are obviously political say they're not political, it's like, you are political. You've been political forever. And the fact that you're literally up here, no, I'm not political. I guess you are. You're very political. And now he's like distancing himself from Trump. And it's like, dude, you helped get this man elected. You're going down with him. So, you know, because I know a lot of these people who voted for him are suddenly quiet. There's a lot of them that are quiet. You still have some of them that are diehard fans who refuse to admit they screwed up, but it's hilarious. Yeah, Joe Rogan's not political. Yeah, okay, sure. And I'm not overweight. Oh, man. Something I did want to talk about, not as serious, is the new Spider-Man. I guess kind of serious. The voice actor made a comment about the show being woke. And, excuse me there. He was worried about the show being too woke. And I just remember thinking, do you even... Well, first of all, I'm sick and tired of people misusing woke. One, businesses can't be woke. Woke actually has nothing to do with diversity. It has zero to do with diversity. It has everything to do with being aware of what the government's up to, aware of what big businesses are doing. That's why businesses can't be woke. It's just being aware of everything. Being aware of your surroundings, being aware of what the man is up to is basically what it came down to. But he was talking about Spider-Man being woke. It's like, by their definition of woke, Spider-Man's always been woke. It's like, where have you been? Most of Marvel's stuff has always been woke. So it's like, I'm so sick of people saying that crap of, oh, it's woke, it's gone woke. It's like, you never watched a show a day in your life. You've never read a comic book a day in your life. It's like Doctor Who. People talk, Doctor Who's woke now. It's like, you never watched Doctor Who. Just shut up. Just shut up with that crap. But the new Spider-Man, I binge watched it on Disney Plus, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I did like the way they transitioned through all the costumes that Peter Parker's wore over the years. My only hang-up was the character of Peter Parker. One, they got him back in high school. I wish they would get away from the high school stuff. All the original animation from when I was a kid, he was not in high school. That didn't start until the early 2000s. Now, I'm talking animation. I don't know in the comic books when they had him go back to high school, because I know in the comic books they had him go back to high school. But I don't think he's in high school in any of the comic books right now. Again, I'm not a comic book reader. But as for Spider-Man, in all the animations when I was a kid, even in the 90s, he was either in college or just working for the Daily Bugle. And they need to go back to that. They need to go back to him being Alex high school. I don't know what this obsession is with having him be in high school. That's like, I was talking to my daughter about when they rebooted He-Man and Thundercats. They made them both teenagers. And it's like, why are they making them teenagers? And I was like, anime's to blame for that. Because in anime, the hero's always some teenage boy or in teenage girl sometimes, but they're always teenagers. Like they're 16, 15, 16, 17, somewhere. They're always teenagers. It's like, can we get away from that and just have them be adults? Let's get away from the high school crap. It's played out. It's old. I'm tired of it. You'd be surprised the number of people that are tired of it. So many people are tired of it. Just let it go. Let's go back to being in adults, young adults. And if you write it correctly, teenagers and stuff will still relate. Like Spider-Man, even though Spider-Man was an adult, people related to Spider-Man. So it's like, why can't you just write a good story and not have them be in high school? It's like they're afraid not to have them be kids right now. And there's a lot of stories where they have them being kids. And it's not just Spider-Man, but yeah, let's get away from him being in high school. Let's take Peter and put him back in college. Because when they started doing the Spider-Man movies, he was in college. They only touched on the high school stuff in the first movie with Tobey Maguire, and then in the same movie he was in college. He was out of high school. I think it was like maybe the first 10 minutes he was in high school, and that was it, and they moved on. And I think that's what they need to do, is just move on from high school. But right now they got Peter being a freshman, I believe, and it's like, oh God, why they got him being a freshman? Because they're going to try to stretch it out for 4 years of high school? No, let's not do that. And I think one of the things also I didn't like about him is, don't get me wrong, I like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but Tom is short. And they made this Spider-Man short too. They based the design of this Spider-Man on Tom. I guarantee it. Because he looks way too much like Tom in a lot of ways. Also, the voice actor is trying to sound like Tom as well. You can't tell me he's not. And I hate that. It's like, whenever they do a live action cartoon, they always try to make or live action comic book, and they do a cartoon. They always try to get the lead actor to sound like the actor in the movie. It's like, don't do that. Because like when they did Iron Man and the Iron Man cartoons started coming back, like the Avengers and stuff, the voice actor was trying to sound like Robert Downey Jr. and do those quick quibs like Robert was doing. And to me, it just didn't work. It's like, don't do that. And there were times where the guy didn't do that and it sounded good. And I think they need to just let the voice actors do that instead of trying to sound like the actors in the live action, because it comes across way better. I think they should just let the voice actor use his own voice. There are a lot of people wanting to recast the lead actor, the lead voice actor, which I can't blame them. Apparently he's problematic, so let's get him out of there. But overall, the Spider-Man was pretty good. I'm looking forward to season 2, see what they do. I do like the fact they had they changed Osborn's are now black, and the people pointing out, it seems like they were always meant to be black because they gave Osborn's waves. But yeah, I think it's interesting. But what else was there? Keith Lee. Keith Lee's over in the UK, and it's just hilarious to me him being over there in the UK, because they're just every now and again I'll hear people say the UK's not racist. UK's not racist. The amount of racism he's facing is just ridiculous, and it's all over because he just not fancying their food. He doesn't like their food. He's just being honest, and like that one restaurant. I'm not even gonna say the name. That one restaurant attacked him before the full video came out, and in the clip that went viral, he didn't like the tuna on the potato. He's not a tuna guy. So the full video comes out and explains he's not a tuna guy. His wife liked it, and the other person that was with him liked it. He just didn't like that one. But they had other potato options, which he did like. So he didn't like one thing, and you guys attacked him. It was one thing out of several items they bought, and he didn't like. And he did that over here as well. It was like he was in Atlanta again. It's like Keith Lee's in Atlanta again, because he's getting the same treatment he got in Atlanta. And it's just like, wow. It's like, can you guys just relax? And the Spud or the potato place, I almost said their name. I'm trying not to. They attacked him. It was like, you don't even have the full video and you're attacking him. Now the full video's out, and as far as I can tell, they've gone radio silent. It's like, uh-oh. He actually did like our stuff. He just didn't like that one. But there have been some people from the UK coming out saying, yeah, we don't like that either. And there are people saying, yeah, well, who told him to go there? It's like, that place is horrible. Apparently that place is not very nice, according to a lot of people. Like, they're rude and a bunch of other stuff. So it's like, that would explain why the owners just immediately attacked. So yeah. But yeah. It's like, and then they were just being so racist. And they were like, well, you never leave your country. He's like, he's traveled before. He's been outside the country multiple times. And he says that. And it's just like, wow, UK, you really showing your colors. And what was funny is people talking about, yeah, who would have thought that the original colonizers were racist? Like, oh, wow. But yeah, it's just like, wow. My brain just shut down. I was getting ready to say something. Oh, I know it was, I got my list of things I want to talk about, and I had talked about Joe Rogan, but there was something else I forgot about. Was I believe I said it last podcast. Ross Perot ran for president, and he lost because people saw him as a president would be a bad thing, because he wanted to run the country like a business, and you cannot run the country like a business. There are now politicians on both sides going, you can't run the country like a business, and they're fighting back. And like, first off, you guys shouldn't help them get elected, because that's what the plan was all along. He was going to try to run the country like a business. And it's like, you can't do that. You would have to shut down the country and retool it and then start running again. You can't shut down a country. You shut down a country, you destroy that country, and that's that. But with that said, there are a lot of people saying that was the plan all along, is to destroy the country. And they're well on their way to doing that. I don't think Donald Trump realizes that if he destroys the country, that, let's say he ends up splitting the country, that means the military is going to have to decide who they're going to follow. And the reality is, I don't see the military following him. They might follow the generals in the battle, but the generals may surprise Trump and be like, yeah, we're taking over, and that'll be that. Because this whole DEI stuff is like, you're doing exactly what the DEI was technically supposed to help with. Well, no, you're doing what you're saying DEI did. You're saying DEI hired less qualified non-white people for positions, but you're paying less qualified white people into positions. Now, you removed a 4-star general who I believe has a bunch of degrees for a 3-star general who does not have the same, not even close to having the same background. And it's like, instead of just lying about it, why don't you just be honest and say, we don't want anyone who's not white in power. That's all you got to say. Everybody knows it. It's the truth. And they're trying to hide behind this. Oh, no, we're just trying to. No, we all know. It's all based on racism. All right. I was trying to think of something else. My brain keeps shutting down. I think it's probably time for me to call it then. I'm tired. I'm going to take a nap. Today's Thursday, so it's an off day for my workout. I'm not going to push myself too much. I think that's why I got burned out the last time. And that's why I was so easily derailed in November and December. Yeah, since November and December, I stopped working out, got back into it in January, and hopefully I can stick with it. I've lost some weight. I need to lose 100 pounds altogether, starting now. Originally, I need to lose 150 pounds, but I'm not down 50 pounds, but I still need to lose 100 plus extra. I'll just say 200. I need to lose 200. I'm not trying to do that by the end of the year. That would be crazy. I'm not that motivated. But yeah, I think I'll call it quits right now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my Reddit stuff. Check out my other channel I react on, and I'll leave a link for it. And for everyone who's tuned into my channel, hey, how's it going? All right, everyone. Take care. Later.